morning, everybody. Welcome again to our Exquisite Aegle YouTube channel. Today we will be making pasta and we are going to use our scallops, and then later on we'll add in a few prawn, probably, and shrimp. So it's going to be a prawn scallop pasta. But for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to cook the pasta first. Okay, so I'm using a whole wheat spaghetti pasta. You can also use linguine, or you can use any choice. And then I'm going to have my water here. This is, of course, from our electric kettle. So if you don't have any electric kettle yet, please do contact your authorized dealer so you can avail of a no-cost electric kettle. So I'm going to cook our pasta first. And then once this is cooked, I'm going to go through how we're going to cook the scallops and the prawn. The scallop has to be cooked and fried later on as well. So I'll be back later and show you. Okay, everyone, we're back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do our scallop. So the first thing you need to do with your scallop, make sure it's so dry. Okay, so you have to pat dry it. And then we're going to season it with a bit of salt. Just a bit of salt there. Okay, and then we're going to use garlic butter, just a little bit of garlic butter, and then we're going to fry our scallop. Now when you're frying your scallop, make sure that you don't overdo it, because when you overdo it, actually it becomes quite chewy. So we're using a garlic butter already, or you can use just plain butter and then just add a little bit of garlic as you fry along. Okay, so we're going to just increase our heat. And oh, it smells good already. I wish I could smell it, but we're going to just fry it. This is our 8-inch gourmet skillet. Look at that. It's really good because it's a perfect size piece for frying our scallops. So I'm just going to put the butter around. So garlic butter, I'm using garlic butter there. And then what we're going to do is, as we fry our scallop, make sure you don't overdo it because it becomes very chewy. Just going to bring it down. And then we're going to, as we put our scallops around, we make sure that it just gets brown, a little brown, okay? So our scallops are dry. It's not heated yet. But we're going to just increase it. There you go. But you can smell the butter already. I would suggest you use garlic butter already, so it's easier for you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fry our scallop, and the secret is, if you put it around in a very organized manner, what you will do is, by the time you finish putting the first one, you're going to turn the other one around. So that's easy then for you, so that it won't get overcooked. And then we're going to add some prawns later on as well. You know, this is nice without the prawns, but it's also nice with the prawns. So it's really just a choice. Again, this is our 8-inch gourmet skillet. For those who wish to have one, please contact us or your local dealership to avail of our 8-inch gourmet skillet. It's available and it's nice. There you go. So around 3 minutes. And then, so earlier we put this one first, so we're just going to turn that around. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to, yeah, that's fine, the heat is fine. So just cook it quickly, normally around 90 seconds, so that you will have a nice scallop, not overcooked. Okay, and once the scallop is cooked, then we're going to start with our pasta, because our pasta is already cooked. So we'll just give it a few minutes and we'll be back with you shortly. Hello everyone, we're back again. So now we're going to use our 5-quart wok, and we're going to do our sauce for our pasta. So we have our pasta, we have our scallop, and we have some prawns as well. This one are actually cooked prawns already, so we don't need to redo that. So we're just going to add just a tiny bit of butter. we're going to add a tiny bit of butter and a little bit of garlic granules as well. The reason is because the more garlic, actually, the better it becomes. Because this is supposedly a garlic lemon pasta. So that's our butter there. And then we're going to add our garlic salt. So all you need is some garlic salt, which is not open yet. Garlic, there you go. I'm going to open this a little bit so really tastes nice. And then we're adding in some of our olives, capers, some parsley later on, and some tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes. So we're just going to add everything together. And this is, by the way, our olives are anchovy filled, so that's really nice. And of course, our capers, look at that. Okay, and we managed to get some dill, fresh dill, so we're going to add that in a little bit. And for those who wants to have alcohol, you can use a dry white wine. But because we're not using alcohol, we're using only our stock. So this is some chicken stock. Okay, probably a cup of chicken stock. There you go. And to make this even thicker, we're going to add in our double cream or heavy cream. So this is quite a big size, a big portion. So we're just going to add half of this. Okay, so we're going to add half of that. Oh, sorry. And then going to add our dill. If you don't have fresh dill, you can use dry dill as well. That should be no problem. And we're going to add in our prawn. So our prawn. And we're going to add in, of course, our scallops. Look at that. Look at our scallop. Nice. Very nice. And we're going to take this and put this in. Sorry, I'm making a mess. There you go. And once we just boil this for probably a couple of minutes, probably a minute or two, we're going to increase our heat, and then we're going to add our pasta, and that's it. And then we add a bit of the lemon. The reason why we're using the lemon is because it takes away the thickness also of the creamy sauce. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. And then we're going to add our pasta in a minute. So just going to close this for a while and let it boil for 2 minutes, and then we'll be back. So we're back in 2 minutes. Look at that. So we have our cream there. So now we're going to add our pasta. So we have our cream, and we're going to add our pasta. This is going to be nice. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to let it thicken even more later. So once it's thickened, it'll even be better. And then we're going to put in our lemon, and that's it. You're ready to go. And then you just put a bit of parsley to garnish. So isn't that nice? Look at the colors that you have. You have your scallops. And guys, you know, when you're better off doing this is like something that you would eat in the restaurants, actually.
A fancy restaurant.
Yeah, fancy restaurants without having to pay too much.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's our pasta. And we're going to finish that off. You're just going to let it simmer for a while so that the cream, that's why we're using double cream, heavy cream, so that it will thicken. If, for example, it still wouldn't thicken as much as you want it to be, what you can do is you can add in some corn flour. Yeah, so just add a bit of corn flour to thicken it, but that should be done. And then now, so we're just going to make it look nice. And by the way, I'm using, as I said, I'm using the olives with the anchovies, or you can use black olives, whatever your preference is, whatever is in your cupboard, whatever is in your fridge. And you're just going to add a bit of lemon, sprinkle lemon there. And a bit of your parsley to garnish. And that's us. That's our scallop prawn pasta for the day. See you. And but don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on our YouTube channel so that you get more recipes. Bye.